Hi, this is the first video I'm going to make about my experience with gallstones. I have gallstones. I found this out surprisingly and with a lot of pain on Saturday evening, February 8th. I was at work. I'm a server in a Las Vegas strip restaurant. Saturday evening, I had such severe pains, I actually asked them to call me an ambulance. I thought I had cracked a rib because I'd taken a nasty fall at my house a few days prior to Saturday evening. That evening, I decided not to go to the emergency room. The medics from the ambulance and the medics that were on site at the casino where I work, I guess I had them convinced that it was probably a cracked rib. So they had recommended going to a quick care center and just to confirm if it was a fracture or whatever. Even though I had no visible signs of bruising or swollenness in my ribs, I had taken a pretty nasty fall on the same exact spot where I was experiencing pain. So no criticism to them. But in hindsight, it was pretty clear that it was my gallbladder. We went to a quick care, but they didn't take my culinary health insurance. They only did workers' comp, and I was very clear that it did not happen at work. The fault had happened at home. So we left, I went home, and I went to bed. I woke up in severe pain, and I went to the emergency room, one close to my house, at 6:30 a.m. on Sunday, February 9th. They gave me morphine and some other painkiller. It didn't really help at the moment. I was there 6 hours. I found out that the ER where I went did not have an in-house radiology department. They had done an ultrasound, a CT scan, blood work, urine work, and I asked if I could just leave, because they told me it was the weekend and they weren't sure when they were going to get the results back from the radiology, which was off-site. So I was like, well, I'm just waiting for results. Clearly it's not an emergency. I'm not in surgery. So I went home. I took the IV out and I had to sign an AMA, against medical advice form. And I went home. I took an Uber. I was pretty much fine that day. I think that the morphine had eventually kicked in and I kind of went about my business. Now, I'm off on Mondays and Tuesdays. I had to obviously miss my shift on Sunday, which was Super Bowl Sunday, and I missed out on a lot of money. So Monday goes by, Tuesday goes by. I have two jobs. So Wednesday morning I was scheduled to work my first job during the day, and I went and I told them I was in pain, and I'm pretty much brand new at this job, so I wanted to show up rather than call out. It just sounded too far-fetched. So I showed up, I explained. The manager that I talked to had also had gallstones, and her experience was very similar to mine. She had her gallbladder removed. Apparently it's a very simple procedure, and you can live without your gallbladder. It's considered by the American Medical Association as a non-necessary organ. So this is a Wednesday. I called out on my other job. My primary health care provider through the Culinary Health Fund reached out to me later that day, and they got the actually that's two. My apologies. They had received my radiology results. Became available on Monday. So I went over to see the walk-in clinic at the Culinary Health Center, and she said, yeah, she saw the radiology report, and yeah, I have gallstones. And so the recommendation by the doctor in the ER and the recommendation by the physician who was attending the walk-in clinic both said, take stool softeners, drink a lot of water, and hopefully it'll pass. And I went and I bought stool softeners, and that's what I had been doing. And I also stopped and bought about 5 pounds of beetroot because historically for me, beets have always been a significant pusher. It clears me out pretty quickly. And I juiced those beets at home, and I was able to, you know, poop basically, because I'd been dealing with constipation. Last night, which was Wednesday evening, I ate a low-fat meal with no butter, no oils or anything, and it was just brown rice, collard greens, and black beans. And I followed that up with some blueberries. Simple. I went to bed pretty uncomfortable. I woke up this morning in similar pain to what I had Sunday morning. So I was like, you know, I had an appointment with my primary care physician finally this morning at the Culinary Health Center, and I went over and I talked to him, and he said that I need to go to the ER and that I need to schedule surgery and I need to have my gallbladder removed, you know, pretty quickly. I left there with his referral note so they knew to expedite. And I was on my way to the ER, and I was chatting with a friend of mine back in Chicago who, like me, takes a very holistic approach, and had sent me a link to a video by Dr. Eric Berg, who's well known online. And I actually follow him myself. And I thought about it. I'm like, I'm not in excruciating pain. Clearly, I'm driving myself. I'm able to move around. It's just certain movements can cause pain and discomfort where my gallbladder is. So now I'm home. I did not go to the ER. I did not see the physician, and I do not want to lose my gallbladder. So I went on Amazon and I purchased, after reading all of the labels very carefully, making sure that things are produced here in the United States. I certainly don't trust anything that comes from China. I purchased Choncapiedra, which is like a stone breaker. I think it's geared more toward kidneys, but it helps with gallbladder needs. And so I got the stone breaker, and then I've got, what else did I buy? Hold on.